Hey guys, Tess here. How's it going? I'm excited for the online training for digital marketing. I'm just sharing my screen with you all, bringing up the presentation. So everybody should be able to see this. So we are a community to help you build yours Omni social media. If you have a downline or a team or a brand that you're trying to build, a message that you're trying to get out, we are here to help you do so. So that's a little bit about Omni. I'm Tess. I'm the founder. Today's topic for this online training, the reason why we're all here, is to talk about how to build your email list and your email marketing, and kind of getting over conceptualizing what you're going to do for your email marketing and how you are going to make it your own and be committed to it for years to come, and talk about how you can do that organically. I'm all about organic content and marketing. And so that is what I'm going to be focusing on today, is walking you through that. This slide talks a little bit about who we are. I started my business back in August of 2015, and I have helped over 1,200 business owners since then. So I'm a big component of doing digital marketing and here in the Bay Area, and then also growing. We're currently in 7 states, actually, and so that's just really exciting, and enjoying helping more and more business owners every week, every month with their social media marketing strategy. So who is here today? We went through and we had Christine Rossi, we had Gina Marie Woodard here at Seiko Designs. We also had Liz Hodges from Danville Victory Workspace here. And so that was really cool to see y'all and help you guys out with your email marketing. So one of the biggest things that we're going to focus on today, I'm going to give you a lot of different information, but we're going to focus on what's going to work for you, for your team, and for your business. So I'm going to give you a lot of different ideas. Take what you will. Think of the possibilities. Where do you want this to go? You don't have to do everything I tell you to do. Just take what's going to work for you. I'm coaching people at all different levels. So starting from beginning, I don't even have an email list, to I already have my email list, to now what, to I've sent a couple email marketing messages, but how can I make it better? We're going to cover all that whole span today. You do have hours of work ahead of you, so it doesn't stop with this online training. I can't just snap my fingers and say, okay, here you go. You now have a big commitment ahead of you, so just know that you are tackling that, and do it with joy and get excited about it. So pick out what you like and then commit. Be practical about your goals with social media marketing, whether you're going to send them once a month, once a week, once a quarter, once a year. Be practical with this. If you're just starting your social or your email marketing campaigns, I would say about once a month would be a really good commitment, or even once a quarter. You can always do more, but you don't want to commit to too many and then you fall behind. That's what we don't want to happen. So just make sure you're prepared with whatever you commit to yourself. A couple of reasons why you might want to start building your email list. And I'm sure you guys know a lot about these, but these are going to help you get really excited. And sometimes you're like, well, I don't want to feel like spam, or I don't want to be doing too many emails, or, I don't want people to get annoyed of me. This shows that you have customer service. It allows you to stay top of mind, especially clients who have used you in your past. Oh yeah, I forgot about that company. It helps you remind them that you're there, that you're still in business, and you're doing the same awesome work that they received years ago today, right? So stay top of mind to past clients. Your present clients will feel more loyal to you. They'll feel more excited about their projects if they see an email pop up to you in their inbox. And then also potential clients. As you meet people in the community through your different organizations or through nonprofits or any networking that you do, those are potential clients that you could potentially reach. And so building and adding more and more people to your email list week after week, month after month, gives you more possibilities for your business. For example, I have 900 people on my email list. Probably 20 to 30 of them are past clients. 20 to 30 of them are current clients, and then 800 of them are potential clients, right? People I haven't done business with yet. But over the next year, 5 years, 10 years, I can potentially have a greater leverage to do business with those people because they're on my email list now and they're receiving bi-monthly updates from me. So just get excited about your email marketing. And then also syndicate your content. Make your content go farther, especially if you're tackling the social media or tackling blogs. Make that content go even farther and work harder for you by sticking it in your email newsletter. It grows over time, but you got to put your foot in the ground somewhere and get it started. And people buy from people who are organized. So you want to show that you're organized by sending an email newsletter. And people are actually really impressed. They don't look at it as spam. They don't look at it as annoying. They're like, wow, they have their shit together, right? They have their stuff together, and they're excited to buy from you when you're organized and have great content putting out. So the possibilities are truly limitless. You could start doing video in your email newsletter. We're going to talk about content in just a second, but just where do you want your business to go? Let's tailor your email newsletter to reflect that, and your business will go in that direction. So don't forget to dream a little bit in this endeavor that you're about to tackle with your email newsletter. When do you put someone on your email list? At what point do you add someone to your email list? And for me, I add basically almost every single person. If they email me, if I meet them at a networking event, I have a whole stack of business cards. Okay. I have like a whole stack of business cards of what I do. And if I go to a networking event, I'm not trying to get as many as possible. I'm only trying to get like 3 to 4 cards, 5 at the most, because I know I'm going to follow up with those people, and I don't have time to follow up with 10 to 15 people. So what I do is I'm very strategic when I go networking. I just meet who are the people I want to meet, meet 4 or 5 awesome people, follow them, connect with them on LinkedIn, connect with them on Facebook, send 1 out of the 4 or 5 people, or 2, depending on what the event is and how I vibed with that person, a personal note, either through email or private message, and then I add all 5 of them to my email list. And if they have a physical address on their business card, I will also put them in my database for addresses. But that's going above and beyond. That's because I love sending out quarterly something in the mail to my database. So if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But if you want to go above and beyond and document those addresses, I personally think that it comes in handy. Remember that dream 5, 10 years from now, where do you want your business to go? Leveraging this information and this data can be huge. You don't want to have to purchase an email list of 20,000 names for $50,000. You want to do the work now and document those emails and those addresses. And then I put them in a designated box and put them away. And then every now and then I'll go through that box and pull out people. Oh yeah, I forgot I want to follow up with these people. And I want to throw these business cards away. So that's my personal way of how I follow up with every person I meet, make sure to capture every single lead, and make sure to stay top of mind to several people here in the Bay Area. Networking takes a lot of times. It's a huge time suck to get ready, make sure your clothes are washed, make sure your hair is done, drive to the event, prep for the event, go into the event, spend hours there, drive home, and then the follow-up. We're spending hours doing networking, and so doing this after the networking can really leverage that time that you're never going to get back again, okay, and really make that time worth it. So your time is valuable, and if you follow up with every single business card that you get, whether adding them on Facebook, LinkedIn, email list, sending them something, do something for every person you meet within 24 to 48 hours, ideally. So I hope that this isn't making you feel overwhelmed. I hope that it's actually helping you kind of realize the possibilities of how much business this could really do for you. And you can really leverage yourself. So spend 20 minutes a day improving your online community. And this is also something that you should probably do after hours. So I suggest like 4:30 to 5 p.m. or like at the end of the day when you're wrapping things up, kind of go through those cards and do it, or after hours. If you try to enter data like this into your email newsletter, um, between 9 to 5, you are going to get distracted on Facebook. You're going to get distracted with phone calls, with walking your dog, with doing the dishes, a million other things that you could be doing. And so I really suggest that if you're going to tackle this, do it either at like 4 to 5 when you're right before you leave work for the night, or at night, or like on a Saturday or on a Sunday, not during normal work hours. You're just going to run through those cards a lot quicker and make use of that time. Okay, so I want to give you an example. So announcing your newsletter campaign. And if you haven't noticed yet, this is actually just something that you can do. This is something I did, saying like, okay, I'm going to start emailing you now. That can be kind of awkward, right? Instead of just like somebody just automatically said, this newsletter is a large part of my commitment to you, which means that you'll be receiving these social medias twice a month. My commitment, I committed to this and I paid someone to keep me accountable for this. If you wish to unsubscribe, please feel free to do so. Social media marketing is not for everyone. I want to encourage you in your efforts. And what else do I say? This is my call to action with them. I'm going to show you another example of one that I did that I used to do as well. So I used to do this email that they would get. This is a little bit more recent. Hello. So like if I had like 5 or new people, they would each get this as their first one, and then they would start getting that twice a week. Nobody's asked me a question in a while, so I just want to make sure that I'm seeing everything. Nobody's asked me a question in like 10 minutes or said anything. Okay, you guys are here. Okay, cool. Is everybody enjoying this information? It's helpful. So this is my other more like not as dated email. Hello, thank you for time to reading this newsletter. It's the first of many to come, so you letting them know. This newsletter is a large part of my commitment for you. We're here to help you. And then I basically say, feel free to unsubscribe if you want to. It's not going to hurt my feelings. And then check out what we do, schedule a free consultation. I have my social media buttons at the bottom. So this is an example of like, if you did want to send somebody like a welcome message before putting them on your email list where they get it. Yes, I can forward these links to you guys. Absolutely. What I'll do is when I forward the video, the recording to this, I will add these 2 links so you guys can see these 2 examples. So that's kind of like what I did. Okay, so again, with MailChimp. So the easiest way, does anybody have a email list started, or where are you at with your email list? Maybe you have like an Excel spreadsheet with everybody's like first name, last name, and email. That's actually ideal if you have that, to upload it. I have 2 people in it. Gina, I love you so much. Okay, because you're going to start today and you're going to get pumped and you're going to start having 5 and then 10 and then 100 people, right? Okay, so if you want to put them all in Excel spreadsheet, I think that's great. If you notice up here, I say document their physical address. Again, this is something I do. Not everybody has their address on their business card, but I also I document addresses. So this is kind of like for the above and beyond client, or above and beyond person. I like to document addresses because I do send mailers out like twice a year or 3 times a year. I like to have that ability where I can just get their labels and made and send those out. But you don't have to. Okay, this is going above and beyond. But I would start with an Excel spreadsheet and then create one list. Again, for the ultra organized person, and they want to say like past clients, current clients, potential clients, networking friends, family and friends, like that's awesome. And I totally like go for it. But again, this is like our precious minutes that we're spending on this. So let's at least get their first name, last name, and email list. And don't worry about all the different groups. Do that if you have that organization skills and you have that CRM to leverage that. But if you don't have time for that and you don't overthink it, just get their first name, last name, and email, period. Okay, and don't worry, and address. I would recommend. But if anything, first name, last name, and email. So you create one list. This is if you don't have, okay, so Gina, since you don't have a list started, what I would do is you would maybe even just start straight in MailChimp and just add them one at a time in MailChimp and not and bypass that Excel spreadsheet. That Excel spreadsheet is great for down the road marketing and if you were gonna do their physical address, but if you're like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do their physical address at all, I'm just gonna do first name, last name, and email list, I would just start right in MailChimp and skip the Excel spreadsheet. No, they won't hold it hostage. Like CRMs. No, a good CRM that I like to use that's free that I started with was Insightly. That's a really good CRM, but they don't hold it hostage. No, I download my contacts from MailChimp. I've never had a problem with them holding my contacts hostage. Oh, this is what I was looking for earlier, this disclosure statement. So if you're receiving this email because for a while, my disclosure statement was, you're receiving this email because I have met you at a networking event in the last year. So if I've met you at a networking event, you're going on my email list. I have a constant contact started and then I didn't resubscribe and I couldn't download oh, that's so annoying. That's so annoying. Constant contact is kind of like Yelp to me. Like they kind of have that same, like they charge you more than they should. They kind of screw you if you stop paying. So I don't deal with like paying for Yelp or paying for Constant Contact. Again, I want the best software for the cheapest amount of money. So I really like MailChimp. And I'm sorry that happened to you. That's really annoying. Okay, so content. What am I gonna put in my freaking email marketing to people? There's so many things, you guys. I always start with a personal note from me, like, hey, happy spring, hey, happy quarter, Q2, or, questions are really good. I always start with something personalized from Tess with like my picture. You can put a recent blog that you have. You can put a social media post that did really well. Put that into your, be like current news and put that in and it's a social media post that did better than your other social media posts. It's really good to give other people exposure. So I like to give like my clients exposure. So I'll be like business spotlight this month and I'll spotlight like a random business owner who's in my, inner circle group or someone I like to, and it links to their website. I'm like, they're really great, check them out, right? So the more that you can like give other people exposure or like, hey, these events are coming up with the Danville Chamber, are you gonna be there? Or you can meet me in person networking at these events, like these are what's on my calendar, would you like to come? I've done that before and that actually went over pretty well. A couple people were like, yeah, I came to the event because you had it in your newsletter. Tips about your business or about, it could be entrepreneurial tips for small businesses. It depends on what your audience is, but of course tips are always really easy. What I do is I actually have a Google Doc of 15 tips and at the bottom, I just say tip of the week, first tip, second tip, I just copy paste a new tip into the bottom every time. And then when I run out of 15, I just start back at the top. And it's the same tips over and over again, but nobody notices and they get the tips like maybe twice a year. And it's just kind of a nice like extra filler in my newsletter. So tips are really easy. You can recycle them, use them over and over, and they're just kind of like a staple. And people will be like, oh, I love your tips. And I'm like, thanks, they're the same 15 tips I've been using for the last 3 years. But nobody knows, and they're good tips. So recycle those. Your offers and specials, what do you have going on? Of course, like any events that you're hosting or anything in your community, nonprofit wise or community wise. So like your NARI events, Gina, or your wine tasting events or anything that you have going on, let people know about them. Recent reviews that you've gotten, testimonials, hey, this is what one happy client said, or success story. Those are kind of like the same thing. So do you guys see where you have more than enough content to fill up your email newsletter? Yes. I'll answer it for you. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to MailChimp. And we have about 30 minutes. Okay, you're seriously taking notes. Cool. Well, this is recorded. I have to go back and re-record the first half of it, but I'll do that and then I'll piece them together, and everybody can have access to re-watch this. And if you can now, like, move me over and open your own MailChimp account, and ask me questions, because I'm going to show you how mine is set up, how I do it, and we're going to start, like, I was hoping we would have this much time actually left to kind of answer questions, and I want to actually get you going in MailChimp with, like, so first of all, before we do this, I'm going to give you guys some homework that's due immediately. When do you want to send your first newsletter? What are your intentions? After everything that I've just said and everything you just heard me say, when do you want to commit to sending out your first newsletter? And how often are you going to send your newsletters? What do you guys think? What are you thinking? Okay, Gina, you got a lot of work to do before May 15th, but I know that you can do it, and I will totally help you make that happen. Let's start with once a month, I think, for you. I love your ambitious twice a month, and we're totally cool with doing twice a month. Is just a huge commitment. Even mine, I'm scrambling sometimes. So I'll be honest with you guys. I get it done, it gets out there, but it's big. So I would say once a month. All I have to do is drag out all those old, you keep saying that. You said it to me last week, and that takes hours to put all that in. But yeah, absolutely. Okay, does anybody else want to say when they're gonna do, I have the time. Okay, good. So does anybody else want to say when they're gonna send out their first newsletter? Is it May 1st? Is it June 1st? And then how often are you gonna do it? Quarterly, monthly, bi-monthly? Okay, I think that's a good goal, Gina. Okay, hopefully somebody else will answer too. Okay, so you're gonna log in. Does everybody have a MailChimp account? Okay, so they always have like fun things. Oh my gosh, Gina, you crack me up. You're so funny. Okay, so this is what MailChimp, oh wait, I logged into the wrong account. Give me 1 second. This is a client's account. 1 second. I don't know where Joni and Christine went, but they'll probably just get the replay. Okay, so Liz, do you have a list started? Because you said I'm taking this info for my next position. So Gina, what you're gonna do, and possibly Liz too, you're gonna go to lists in your Gmail account, and you are going to create a list. So these are like my list, and what I do is I'll be like newly added. Okay, so what I would do is create a list in MailChimp. Does anybody have a list started? Follow me along. So you're gonna create list. Then you're gonna call it my huge list. Something fun. Okay, all my peeps. Like I said, if you're just starting this road, just make one list. You can always separate them out later. One list, keep it simple, first name, last name, email. Default from email address. So people are gonna reply to this email. So I'm gonna say tess@omnisocialmedia.net. I actually think I have mine from hello@omnisocialmedia.net. Hello, so where you want people to respond to. Gina, I think it should be from James. Then default name, so you would say James Woodard, or maybe you would say Seiko Designs. You could say, I would say Tess Owen. we'll put Omni Social Media. So from Omni Social Media, then write a short reminder. This is what I was talking about, the disclaimer. They kind of say, you know, how did they get this? You'd say, you are, just see down here, you are receiving this email. Oops, when I click on it, it goes away. But you are receiving this email because you opted at our website. So you are receiving, are you guys doing this with me? Receiving this email because I love you and I want to spam you. No, because you have shown interest in our products or services, period. Or I've met you at a networking event or whatever, but I think just a blanket, something like this would be good. So you're receiving this email. Then contact information. I have my address set up in my account, so that's that. This, I don't have any of these checked. Let's see. Sometimes I'll do, no, actually I hate notifications, so I won't do any of these. Forms, no. Send contacts and opt-in confirmation email when they subscribe to your list. Don't overcomplicate it. I wouldn't mess with any of this stuff. Just hit save. Okay, so now you have your list. And so what you can do is do add contacts, add a subscriber. If you, like Liz, you said you have a start, like if it's in Excel, you could do import contacts and follow the prompts. But again, if it's an Excel or a CSV file, it has to have first name in one column, second name, last name in a second column, and then email in a third column. So if you have like first and last name in one column, it's not going to work. You got to have first name in one column, last name one column, email, 3 separate columns to import your contacts. Just saving you some hair loss of how to get this done. But Gina and Liz, anybody new, we just go straight here, test. So you're going to add them, test at omnisocialmedia.net, whatever their email is, .net, test, Owen. I don't document my addresses in MailChimp. You can if you want to. And then I don't put their phone numbers. And then this person gave me permission to email them. So first name, last name, email. Look at, you only even need their email address. You don't even have to put in their first or last name. But at some point, like I don't customize my emails to say like, hi Tess or hi Gina. I don't use that feature. But let's say you wanted to, you would have to have their first and last name correctly entered in here for that. This person gave me permission to email them and then subscribe. Okay, so now I have one person on my huge list. You're gonna go down, you're gonna go down, you're gonna go down. Gina, you excited? Okay, cool. So does anybody have any questions about doing their list? I'm squeeing all over the place. Okay, good. I'm glad this is helpful. Like I just want to help people tackle this. So so let's go into how the campaigns are made. And again, the last thing I did want to say about the list is oh good, hi James. The last thing I want to say about the list is if you do have an Excel spreadsheet, it's pretty easy if you have to import the contacts. Just follow the prompts and just make sure there's 3 columns, first name, last name, and email. And it's really, really easy. But again, you have to have that Excel spreadsheet set up the way they like it, which is the 3 columns, and it has to be a CSV file. So you just export your Excel as a CSV and then upload it into here. So ask if you have questions about that. You're watching this back later. For the people who are watching this back, let me know. But that's how you do more than one at a time. Okay, so then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into campaigns. And what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna create, with the next 20 minutes that we have, we're gonna create our first email. And so a lot of you will probably be starting from the beginning. I just wanna show you, so these are all my emails that have gone out, and see just some different things. See this 21%, 25%, 30%. Okay, I want to give you guys some realistic expectations. So this tells you how many people click to your website. You can actually see like who these 185 people are who opened the email. You can't find campaigns? Okay, it's right at the top in the corner over next to the monkey's head. Okay, and so your the industry standard, or like usually you can look at what it is for your industry, but usually what I've seen for most email marketing is about 20%. Okay, so if you have 100 people on your email list, only about 20 of them will actually open your email, and that's good. Okay, that's average. So don't expect, oh, like 80% rate. That's not practical, okay? What's practical is about 20%. So Gina, you were worried about spamming people. You're not going to spam people because 80% of them aren't even going to open it and even look at it. Some of them are going to go to they're going to go to their junk mail. They're not going to open it or whatever. And so having 20% is actually kind of like the goal. And that's actually really, really good, okay? And so, I just want to set expectations here and kind of give you some insight. Okay, so you're going to click this button, create campaign, and you can say like, let us guide you. I never do those tutorial things, but you can if you want to. We're going to create an email, then name. So nobody sees this. My first email, begin. Okay, and so this is how you're going to construct the bones of what's going out. And they just recently upgraded this, so it's kind of new. So if you haven't been on MailChimp for a while, it looks different now. So then you're going to choose a list. So I'm going to choose my huge list. See this personalized to field? I don't mess with this stuff. You can if you want to. Honestly, I just don't have the time or the confidence. But totally go after it if you want to. And then save. So I'm going to send it to my huge list. Then from, let me move this chat box for a second. Okay, the from is Omni Social Media, so save, kind of auto fills it for you. Subject, add subject. So we're gonna say my commitment to you. That was like my thing a long time ago. Or maybe we say like Seiko Designs goes viral. Something fun. Sego, thank you, Sego. Sego. It's pronounced with a K though. I feel like Sego or Seiko. Anyway, okay, Sego. Oh, Sego. Sego Designs freaking amazing email. And then in the preview text, we say a must read. So this is kind of like your tagline, something I don't always do, but I'm trying to get better at because it really is powerful to put something here, just kind of like an opening sentence or to grab their attention. And I do feel like when I put kind of like a tagline here or kind of start the email here, it helps with my open rate. So then we're going to hit save. Sego Designs freaking amazing email. Some people put emojis in their subject line. I do. Some people say it's not good. It's just whatever you think, what type of business you have, what emojis are appropriate. I personally like emojis in the subject lines, but again, it's up to you. Okay, so now we're gonna go down and we're gonna design email. And so this is probably like the most frustrating part of an email marketing. This is probably what's holding the most people back because it's like, wow, there's so many options here. Which one do I use? Like, there's all these different things I can see where like it would get really confusing. Let it go. Just pick one. It doesn't matter. Any of them, they're all basically the same thing, and I'm going to show you why. And so, like, let's say you pick this one. That doesn't mean that you can't make it look like this one. Like, I really don't love that they have all these different options. I think it's too much. So, because really you can make all these options with the same one. Okay, so just pick one. It doesn't matter. So does anybody want me to pick one? Which one are you guys thinking? you picked 2. I don't know how you did that, because if you pick 1, it goes on here. So I just picked, I'm not even sure which one I picked, but I think I picked share your story. Okay, so then your logo. So then you can, it's looking like this. And what you have to do is you have to start drag and dropping things into this. So logo, and it kind of prompts you. So let me know. So then I have my logo. So then, okay, so I have to, let me move these boxes out of the way, upload my logo into the top. So I'm going to go to my desktop, find my logo. My ultra organized, like, where's my logos? And it doesn't even have to be a logo. It could even just be a picture of your company. Okay, so I have my logo here. What did you say? There's that 15 tips file. Yep, 15 tips, copy paste and put it at the bottom. I'm gonna open that up and I'm gonna put it at the bottom. So I have my logo at the top. Okay, then share your story. So let's say you wanna edit this. You click on this side, like you click over here to change over here, but then you edit it on this side. Okay, so share your story. So you might say, hello, welcome to our newsletter. What did you guys like out of the content that I gave suggestions for? What did you like? And then I'm going to say, we are committed, maybe it's your mission statement for your company, to providing beautiful designs. And notice how when I'm typing over on this side, it shows over on this side. Beautiful design, state-of-the-art design kitchens and baths, or whatever you want, you can put here. Then add a photo. So I'm just going to go here, replace, and pick a photo. And insert. Okay, let me know if I'm moving too fast. Let me know if you like this. Liz, how are you doing? Haven't heard from you in a while. So then I have a photo. So now I have like my newsletter photo. But you're like, okay, but you don't really like the way it looks. It's like, I think it's like a little choppy looking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to this section. Can everybody find this section? And I really like using this image and caption box. So I'm just going to put the image and caption box here, then browse, pick my picture, that same one, because I like that picture. I just don't like it being like really big by itself in the middle. Then I'm going to go, I'm going really fast here. Then I'm going to go to settings, and I'm going to put this picture on the left side. So now, actually I'm going to put it on the right side. So now I can say, I'm going to take this information that I made. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just watch what I'm doing, click around, and then I actually prefer, yes, click around right now, and then tell me what questions you have. And something really cool about Zoom is you can actually invite me to look at your screen. So if you want to show me what you have. So then I'm going to say this. I'm just copy pasting this. Copy, and I'm putting it over here. Welcome to our newsletter. We are an awesome company. This is like my personal note. Sincerely yours, or love, or yours truly, Tess Owen 941. I have my phone number, and then I have basically your email signature. Okay, save and close. And so then this is the start. Now I already have this, so I'm just going to delete this. Live your squee. What's a squee, Gina? That's cute. Okay, so then I have this. Then I could get into like the main story. And so if I wanted this to say like featured project, featured project of the month. Sheer joy, the sound of your speeding any of us. That's so cute. Okay, featured project, and you could do this, and you could add images and whatnot. Read more a little bit, like this read more, we could say like, click here to see the full project, and maybe it leads to like your blog or something, and then you just link it to this URL, and then you just go, remember these style and settings, because I like to full width these buttons just as a design thing, blah, blah, blah. So there's all these different sections you can save and close. You can delete sections out, okay? And then see these social media buttons? You just click here, you put your link to your Facebook here, your Facebook business page. So it's like link text would be /Sego Designs. I don't know what your URL is, but whatever your URL is on Facebook, just copy paste it and put it here. Put your Twitter. And let's say you're like, I don't have Twitter. Okay, no problem. You can delete it, or you can put your Google Plus or whatever you want. Let me move this over. Or maybe you don't want anything. You can always just delete your Twitter and make sure to put your website. So definitely like your Facebook, your Instagram, your Pinterest if you want. You can add, let's say you want to add one, add another service. So then you make sure to put those down here. Your email, let's add another one. Your RSS, who has an RSS feed, right? So you could put your Snapchat or your Pinterest, right? And then so you have Pinterest down here. So that's how you put your social media buttons at the bottom. That's fine. Only do the ones you have. If you just have Facebook, your email, and your website, that's fine. Yeah, it's just options. There's way more. And Instagram, perfect. You don't have to have all the options. Just do whatever you have. Okay, and then that's how you put those at the bottom. You just put whatever it is, and then that way if someone clicks on it, it'll link to your site. Okay, this down here. Now I want to talk about this down here. Do not edit this section down here. They will edit it for you. It's kind of misleading because they say, they give you the option to like make edits to this. Don't touch it, just let it go, because this gets filled in for you. There's all this code and stuff. I don't ever touch it. It gets filled in for me. So it looks like I'm supposed to edit this myself, and I spent like a long time like playing with it and editing it and messing it up. And so just leave this section alone and it'll edit for you. And so then let's do save and close. So then let's do preview. I like to do this preview, and I'll say enter preview mode, which is right at the top. And so it's loading. So this is what people will see. My newsletter, I go down, featured product, you know, some cool things, featured business, all my sites, and then look at it automatically creates it for me. Okay, so if you're like, do I really trust this code stuff, you can preview it and see that it worked. And if your address is not here, you need to put the address in on the settings part of your MailChimp account. So let me tell you what I mean by that. So what you do, and we have 5 minutes left, so if you guys have any questions, let me know, because we're going to start wrapping it up. But here you have, okay, so you have your campaigns, right? This is always where you're going to start. And so let's say May 15th comes around, it's time to go. You can schedule out your email. Then what you're going to want to do, let me just move these chat boxes really quick so I can show you this. Okay, then what you do is you send it out. Then, okay, now I got to start working on June 15th, right? Don't start from scratch. All you do is go here and say replicate. Then everything's already there. You just plug and play the new information. Okay, so don't remake this every time. You can go down, like this is the one I just sent out on like Tuesday, I think, or last Tuesday. then what I'll do is I'll just put a different picture in here, change it up, put in my new information. Okay. So once you do the work for the first one, it gets really easy to just duplicate, but just starting and then staying consistent. Okay, and so that's a little bit about how to build your email list. Does everybody feel like they're ready to go? Do you have any questions for me? So let's say that like your email isn't showing up, or I'm sorry, your address isn't showing up at the bottom. What you need to do is go over to your account. So like up here, and let me show you. So you can go here and then account, and you need to make sure. Yeah, it really is intuitive, and now that you've seen it, it's going to be good. You go to these settings, and then you fill out all this information, like I think it's actually in billing, but or in users, and you put in like your address, and then it'll populate at the bottom of your emails. So that's how you get your physical address to show up in the bottom of the emails. Don't mess with that coding. Let that go. Put that information in over here, and it'll show up over there. Okay, so I can't wait to see your first email newsletter go out. And if you have any questions, let me know. This is just a taste. And like I said, there's a lot that I said today that you may do or you may not do. And then just make it happen and know that you do have the power to send emails and you have a place to. I get Stitch Fix and it's so annoying, and I get all these emails, and I would love to get yours instead of those corporate crazy emails, right? So people want to see your information about your business and what you have going on, and you look organized and you look awesome. Yay. Okay, awesome, guys. So wrapping up 2 minutes early, unless you guys have questions for me. And I just want to encourage you with your social media marketing. This is just one piece. We offer group trainings, private trainings, and a post for me service. So keep us in mind for anything you need help with and content related, and make today awesome. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later.